Look at us. We're here. I'm here. You're here. I'm sort of here. I'm here, I'm there. I'm in my body, I'm not. I'm in my mind, I'm in my head. And later I have to be in Atwater Village. So God bless. Hi, my name is Chris Fair, and welcome to my channel, where today I'll be reviewing the last two episodes of 90 Day Fiance, just plain old 90 Day Fiance season 7. On my last recap, I did a horrible job in the sense that I just forgot boring couples. Just forgot them. But I really blame you guys because no one was like telling me that I forgot them. I don't blame you. It's my fault. But how convenient for me to just blame you. Anyway, so the way this is going to go, I'm going to go over the couples with you guys and like what's been happening with them, as well as some off-camera updates and cast controversies of what's been happening with other peeps. If you really want to say something to me, you want me to read it, you're welcome to super chat me. I always appreciate them, but you do not have to at the end of the video. I will open it up to questions, but I'm just doing that so that if you're watching this on the playback, you're not like, ugh, this is a nightmare, because this season already is a nightmare, and we have to push through. I just opened a Starcasm to like see what's happening. There's a lot of stuff happening with people. Okay, so let's talk about the cups. And by cups, I mean couples. Okay, so I literally won't be forgetting anyone. I'll go through it. Okay, let's start with Jasmine and Blake, or as you know, broke down Cisco, broke down Iggy Azalea. Okay. So I still hate them, and they still seem just horribly matched, and both of them seem to be in this relationship for not nary a good reason, like love or respect or a mutual understanding of the world in some way. He just seems to be obsessed with the way she looks, which is like, honey, that can be bought. And as we know, she did buy them. She bought them. Her face before looked completely different. And now it looks like that. Now, okay. I can see how that's plastic surgery shaming. I don't want plastic surgery shame, but it just seems that some of this Botox filler situation is chasing like an overdone look that now everyone has. Like, I think that Botox and fillers and other cosmetic procedures can really enhance a person's confidence if they are really freaking out about something in particular. But this just trout mouth, overdone cheeks, where like the skin starts to become a sort of mask and all you see like are the like eyes behind the mask screaming for help. That's how I view it. Like, I think there's like this, I think that people are just choosing bad surgery or too many fillers in places that look overly filled. And I don't know like what her fascination is with her sister, but she seems to be like completely obsessed with her sister, and her sister has got it done. Her sister also lives in what looks like a very expensive 1-bedroom, very nice apartment in Los Angeles. And I just wonder like how she's paying for that. And why Jasmine is trying to do a different route, which is be with Blake for money, and she just picked the wrong one. Like, Blake's mom is the first to be like, he's not rich. And she's just constantly like, I don't want to work. Maybe I'll do some Instagram stuff. And it's like, I guess across the board, it's just so confusing. I think that, yeah, I'm against cheap, bad, overly done plastic surgery, fake looking plastic surgery. Just, it's not my aesthetic. It's not, like, I think that there's this mentality like, if you're going to pay for fillers and Botox to get it all done, all of it. But that's kind of like going to a buffet and just being like, well, I'm here, I'm going to eat everything until I pass out. I mean, I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I also do not understand Jasmine's like hatred of alcohol. Like, I have to be like, what is it? Is it that she was raised by alcoholic parents? They don't seem like alcoholics. Did she like go through some trauma with alcohol in some way? Did they talk about that before she got here? Like, she treats alcohol like it's crack. And her holier than thou attitude with Blake about him not being able to drink alcohol around her is so confusing. I don't understand it. Okay, maybe this is where I need to be educated. In Finland, is it just they don't drink at all? I don't understand. I think of like when I've been to Europe and places like, granted in Italy and France is a different culture than Finland or whatever, like Nordic countries like that. But I assume in those Nordic countries, they drink, honey, it gets cold. And like, I know like, Russia, they drink vodka for warmth. What is her like backstory? I almost feel like she has to explain it. Like, did her best friend, poor thing, die in like a drunk driving accident? Like, what is her like, not only like abhorration for alcohol, but her refusal that anyone else can drink around her? It's just that, I refuse to think that America is like some alcoholic wasteland to her. Like, you people be drinking in those countries. And like we have to be explain what's happening. Has Blake just like came home drunk too many times and thrown up on her, and like this is what we're seeing is like her reaction? Because nothing else about it makes sense. Like how you could be like, you're not allowed to drink, not for your friend's birthday. I'm not gonna go because you're gonna drink. And having said that, I'm not saying that she should go allow the drinking and make out with him afterwards. Like if she's not into the smell of alcohol, then she can be like, look, I'm happy going to your friend's birthday and you can have fun. But a personal boundary for me is I'm not going to kiss you. Because, I wouldn't do that with alcohol, but I would do that. I don't want to ever date a smoker of cigarettes or whatever. And if I, for some reason, found myself dating a smoker of cigarettes, I wouldn't want to kiss the man after he smoked cigarettes. It smells gross. Oh my God. Yeah, and I just looked down. Hey there, it's been a minute. Happy New Year. Oh my goodness. What a very, very generous super chat. How are you? It has been a minute. I hope all is well. Look how beautiful your like sunset main pic is. Honey, where is that? Can I go there? Anyway, that's very sweet. And I love you so much and I've missed you. Thank you for that. It just all of this like Jasmine, like, too much filler, too little alcohol. Like, I don't want to work. I want you to work. I'm not going to like help your mom skin shrimp. I'm so obsessed with my sister. Why don't you go live with her in that beautiful 1-bedroom apartment then? I don't understand. Blake cannot be your only option to get here. Or is he? How did your sister get here? That picture's in Queens. Jesus. Honey, I gotta go. Yeah, like Jasmine seems, the most boring person possible. Besides the fact that we've seen her put on makeup, and I love makeup. I love it. Even watching her put on makeup is boring, and her makeup is boring. I don't know what she's into. And her like Instagram game, I refuse to look it up to see if she's successful. It makes me sad when people just have a bunch of followers on Instagram purely based on the way they look. When the way they look is non-aspirational and mostly their personality is so abhorrent. I mean, she is boring. It's like boring and tedious. I mean, if I had to like be around her in life, I would like escape as fast as she does from a bar or club. And like again, have certain things that I even have in common with her. I don't want to go to clubs every night. And I hate Blake's music. I hate it. It's bad. And she likes makeup. Like that she loves her sister. You think I'd be like into her for any of these reasons. But she is just so uninteresting and so bland and so boring that I'm like, oh, I can't even like you. I feel bad for Blake. The only person I like is Blake's mom, who seems to be the only rational one, you know? And I wish that Blake's mom would be a little more like, get out of here, girl. Now that your parents are here, can you take her back? Also, like, side note, like, when you saw her mom's face, Jasmine's mom's face, like, that was her original face. And what we see now is some sort of like blowfish, puffy, inflamed baguette. I don't even know. I like baguettes. Okay, so the tea is that they're married. They got married, honey. They did it. Like they're together in some horrible way. And can you imagine them on Pillow Talk? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a billion years, they won't ever be on Pillow Talk. Could you imagine her like giving any commentary? Like, oh, she's ugly. I mean, it's and Blake just sitting there. They are the worst couple, entertainment wise, that I've ever seen on this show. Okay, that's a lot of negative Nancy, but I mean, it had to be said. Let's move on to Sasha and Emily. Okay, so Emily, honey, is like going in between like platinum hair, white blonde, and like the blonde. We have been getting a lot of her sister reacting to Sasha, and her sister looks like a mix between Tina Fey and Adie. No, her sister looks like a mix between Rachel Dratch and Adie Bryant. I said this already, but like the unfunny love child of those two. Like how hilarious would you consider the daughter of Rachel Dratch and Adie Bryant, two of the best SNL stars in the past 30 years? How funny do you think their daughter would be? And then we meet her daughter in the form of Emily's sister, and she is just miserable. Miserable, 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 miserable. And I kind of want to be like, what are you expecting? Every time that she corners Sasha for like some sort of promise or answer, it's like, what are you thinking that this man's going to tell you or do? And if he's going to like have, as you think, cheated on his past two baby mamas that he married, why is he not going to lie to you, Rachel Bryant, Adie Dratch? You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk to anyone, it's your sister and your mom. Get your mom to talk some sense into your sister if you feel so strongly about it. But like cornering him is like the useless option. That's like it's like, I don't know, it's like your sister marrying a serial murderer and then like just being like, will you not kill my sister to the murderer? He's gonna be like, sure, as his like fangs are dripping with like his drool. You know what I'm saying? I guess by this serial murderer, he's like also some sort of like sociopath Dracula vampire. That's why he has fangs. That's why he wants to like sink them into Emily in this case. But it's like not the person you talk to. He doesn't know you. He doesn't care about you. He's not gonna make you a promise that he wasn't making to A, your sister, or B, his other two ex-wives, and expecting that one to be the woman he's gonna keep. So, and Emily's mom seems okay with everything. She's fine. They they rent this like beach house in Newport, Oregon, and they have a lovely chill ceremony, very intimate. And all I can really say about it is, boy, isn't that baby boy cute? He's so cute. Oh, their baby is adorable. I love his cheeks. I love his eyes. He's so sweet. I like looking at him. And there was one part where like Sasha was just stroking his head. And it made me like Sasha more. And then the very next scene, it's like he can't wait to strip down his like underwear on camera to change into his tux. I mean, he really shows that body, honey. He's like Emily Ratajkowski. What's that model's name from Blurred Lines? Emily Rada Jushisky. She got to change that name, honey. No one knows how to say it. I feel bad, but I mean, come on. Like all I'm saying is he can't wait to be Nundies. And at this point, Emily knows his history. And if she is going to accept it and get into a relationship, then you can't tell her like she hasn't been warned. She's met his previous ex-wives. So, honey, he's either evolved or learned, or she will soon. That's all I can say. A baby cute. Baby real cute. Okay, Tanya and Sinjin. So Tanya and Sinjin, I feel bad for Tanya in this. I can tell in this season that Tanya like went through the season, I think, thinking that she was going to be a liked cast member. I don't think that she had in her mind any sort of idea of how horrible she'd be portrayed or how horrible she comes off and how much hatred she would get online because of it. She seems to be delusional in like her choices and her way of thinking. She seems to be overly righteous and therefore completely inept of like understanding him or his position, in the sense of the way that she talked about him to like her friends and at the community witch doctor retreat. Her sort of like, I'm going to turn this white man from South Africa who has lived racist his whole life into being who I want and what I want him to be. Could you imagine if he tried to do that to her? She'd never have it. I mean, in this last two episodes, and the last episode specifically when they're wedding dress shopping, even the sense of like her telling him that he's not her soulmate, that in fact she's already had her soulmate, her first love. And it's not until her friends, she says it out loud to her friends what she's told him. And her friends are like, you said what? That's really mean. Especially because she knows how sensitive he is. And he has been, again, wasting away in your mom's she shed for the past month. She is just unaware. So I almost feel bad for her a little bit because like people are coming for her. And like, she probably had no idea. She probably thought that she was going to get so much love for being like a free-spirited, liberal, progressive lady that doesn't need to wear a bra, that like travels by herself, that doesn't take anything from no man, that has direction in life and goals and plans, even though like those plans involve throwing a bunch of rose petals on the airport floor and then telling the poor janitor that he can't sweep it up yet. It's like the perfect idea of like how she has a plan for something without any sort of foresight of like how it affects other people. We should have known right then and there. So some cast stuff is like she, I guess, got in a fight with like some 90-day bloggers and then admitted to like being sexually assaulted. And this is on Starcasm right now, I just read. And if that's true, I feel really bad for her. This is what it says. Tanya, molested multiple times as child, shares tearful Me Too posts. I wonder, like where this is coming from and like where did she feel like she needed to express this to get some sympathy on her side, or was there like some context in which she shared it? I don't know. I just feel like maybe it was her way of trying to explain like some of the mental difficulty she has in understanding Sinjin's point of view, that she's had to what be defensive and protective of herself in some way, but he's such a good guy. He's such like a normal, basic dude. I mean, not basic, unsophisticated, just guy who worked in a mine for like 8 years. Had to go like miles underneath the ground. He's just so happy to have found some lady that he's into, and then comes over to America just to live in that she shed and have to do yard work for a month. And then when his like beloved comes back, she's like, "Yeah, you're not my soulmate." He's like, "Why am I here?" All she does is yell at him. But she's super hated. Yeah, she is not in it to win it. But it's like the funny thing is like she's super hated, but like in a way that Lyda was, but like Lyda like ripped a father away from his kids, and just would just over and over be like, I he should care about me and this person that I gave birth to. That's not the person that he made more than the people that he made. I mean, in my mind, I'm like, Lyda had to have known that when she was saying those things, they were just horrid. That like they weren't going to be winning any friends or favors for her, right? Okay, so yeah, then she goes wedding dress shopping with her peeps, her mom, her sister, and she's just like, I don't want a white dress, like maybe champagne, but black or red would be preferred. And everyone hates that. They make her go in a white dress. She's like, I look like a bride. Okay, that's bad. Why does she annoy me so? It's like, I should be, I feel like, more into her independent nature, but her independent nature just seems more like, I need to be different, but it makes her seem basic. There's nothing I feel like creative about her or like fresh about her. I don't feel like she has the capacity for that. I think that she just really seems at the end of it so immature and so young. And maybe that's like why. Okay, so here's some deep dives. So if she was molested as a child, which I believe that she was, I don't think it's something that people usually lie about. Sometimes when that happens, people like stay in that age. The trauma like keeps them from progressing in certain years. And maybe that's like what's underneath it all. She's just incredibly immature, incredibly young acting, despite the fact that she wants to be perceived as like a world traveler and independent. And, like even when it came to, again, the roses and the way that she set up that thing with Sinjin, it was so like basic romance, like a 12 or 14-year-old would like think, to do. Like maybe that's where it stems from. Is a trauma that she had in those years and she's not been able to like move from. Maybe Sinjin like just doesn't understand the scope of it. I wonder if he does now. Like as much as I, think that psychic Daisy, seems like she's on top of her stuff, they need a therapist. They need like someone skilled in the art of like therapy, psychotherapy, psychiatry to kind of get to what is actually happening if they're going to remain together. Like I like misty woo stuff too, but there's a time and a place. Like I think that if we're talking about Eastern and Western medicine, you need both. I think both are necessary. For instance, like you can't cure the coronavirus with edel, what's that called? Echinacea. That wasn't what was I gonna say though. You know what I'm saying? You can't like sometimes you need a goddamn shot. And like mental stuff too. Like, look, I hope that some clarity is given to you if you go to astrologers and stuff. But at the same time, if you have trauma like that, like being molested at a young age, you got to go to someone who like can help you with that stuff in a medical way. Whew. You can cure corona with acupuncture and a massage. Edelflower. Oh my god, I'm so mad that I can't think of like elderflower, elderberry. That's what it was, elder. Okay, so let's move on to Michael and Juliana. So Michael and Juliana, we have to get Michael back now because they're getting married. But we had that beautiful full episode of just like Juliana and Michael's ex-wife. You know, and the last two episodes have been really cry me river for Juliana, like where she's been, where she is now, what's happened to her, how strong she has to be. We're at the wedding day though, and Michael's ex is, you know, marrying them. And she, you know, fully acknowledges how weird it is. She should have, like, I think, written some funner vows, though. Like, she kind of just showed up. It sounded like she just kind of showed up and married them. It's like, hey, I'm here. Isn't this weird? Don't want to waste anyone's time. Let's get to the thing. You guys are married. Now, the one thing that I really like she did is, like, she said wife and husband. I don't think she did that on purpose. She said wife before husband. Instead of like, I pronounce you husband and wife, she's like, I now pronounce you wife and husband. I caught that. I was like, ooh. Also, Max and Cece got to talk, and they're just so cute, and they really, really, really like Juliana. You know, and that's so important, and it really goes to show like Juliana's energy that she brings to that family unit. The fact that both kids like her so much and the ex-wife loves her and knows how much her kids love her. It's really great. The sad thing, of course, that happens is that Juliana's friends, why can't I keep saying, every time I say her name, it's going to be like, Juliana, it's Juliana. Every time, oh, so Juliana's friends, her like maid of honor that are there, like she gets a video compilation of her other friends to like say stuff. But nowhere in the video, nor any other point before the ceremony does Juliana get to actually get any sort of words of warmth or love from her family members, including the one that she just like, that sister she just gave that car to, you know, that she's Ubering now with that car. Now, we don't know a lot. We know the fact that like where Juliana is from is like incredibly poor. So is it hard to get communication to her? And if it's hard to get communication, is there something that Michael can buy them, like a Facebook portal or something, honey, where they can like have some video time? Is there something we don't know that they feel either bad or mad or angry at her or disapproving of this union in some way? Are they just in their own life that they just forgot or they don't think it's that important? I mean, you know, but she cries. I can't imagine. She's so young. I cannot imagine doing what she's doing in this very moment, which is like move to a brand new location, brand new country, start to take care of these kids. Have to like finagle a prenup, have to finagle an ex-wife sitch. She can't make money. She can't really go anywhere. Thank God it gets her a bike, you know? But I mean, she seems to love Michael or the idea of Michael, or at least be so loving and appreciative of what he's given her or what he's offered her in her life so far that it seems to work. I think that she is going to advance in her maturity and understanding. And I wonder if they're gonna stay together. I think that she's going to, at some point, grow weary of him. Either his controlling nature, his way of, like, asserting financial dominance. You know, I don't have, like I just can't imagine that being a forever situation, but I do think it's gonna be at least, like, a 15 or 10-year situation. Okay, Robert and Annie. Okay, so poor Annie has just had to she got lied to come here and said that she was going to get some clothes, honey, and then she gets here and he is, like, living in a one bedroom with his kid. They gotta share one bed. She's basically expected to just raise Bryson, but she loves Bryson and Bryson loves her. And then every time she meets anyone in Robert's life, they're just like, "You're a gold digger. You're here for money." And she's like, sleep in a full size mattress in a one bedroom, and I'm expected to take care of this child. Why aren't you calling him a babysitter digger? Not only a babysitter digger that that is like, arguably so much hotter than he is. But she's subjected to, like, a bad night with his brother where he just is, like, super rude to her, and then Robert, like, doesn't take her side, and then, like, makes it up to her by going to Payless shoe source or whatever, and, like, BOGO getting her a pair of red heels. And he, like, makes a big to do of, like, don't even tell me the price, like, whatever it is, I'll pay for it. And it's like, oh, okay, 37.50. Then, okay, we get another meal with Bryson's grandma, porno grandma, and her husband, who literally has no ducks in this race, no turtles in the race. There is nothing. I mean, he is not Bryson's grandfather. He's just married to the grandmother, and he just talking. And then she makes a big to do, grabs a Louis Vuitton checkbook, and is like, "I'm going to write you a check for you to go home." Okay. Obviously, that's incredibly rude and a version of, like, being like a white savior, right? Like, you don't have enough money for the DR, so I'm gonna save you by giving you a check. And, like, Annie's like, you don't even call Bryson. And and I think Robert's probably like, can I have that $15,000 for Bryson if you so willy nilly have it in your bank account? Okay. And then off camera, not off camera, but, like, on Instagram, porno grandma's like, "Oh, the show is so fake. It's fake, fake, fake. All you guys are getting mad at me. Like, you have to know it's scripted and fake. In fact, I was given that checkbook by the producer." And I would like to be like, ugh, what bargain basement producer is, like, running around with, like, a Louis Vuitton checkbook, like, I don't know. I just really hated this. Obviously, because if it's fake, it's fake. I mean, it did feel fake. And also, it's like, don't waste my time with fake shit. The show works when things are real. And I get, like, you cannot have a 2-hour show with fake scenes, but make it an hour and cut out the fake shit. Um, Sorry, like, my nose. I didn't realize this. I have, like, I guess, dried stuff in my nose. I'm a little afraid there's, like, bats in the cave. I feel like the grandmother also, and I believe it's fake, was also only too happy to play that scene out, though. But again, she's used to playing scenes arguably much more vulnerable. That could potentially make her look a lot worse. But honey, I guess she'll do whatever for her paycheck, which is probably why she's expecting Annie to do the same. Take that money and run. I love that Annie just keeps calling her, like, qualitio moral, like, being like, don't talk to me, you porn star. You don't get to talk to me. I judge you for who you are, and I don't think that your opinion is relevant to me because of what you do for a living. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but that's obviously, she keeps saying quality morale. That's, like, why she keeps saying that. They both are just, like, judging each other. she the grandma's like, "You're poor. You came from like a country of brown people. I gotta send you back." And she's like, "You are a porn star. You on camera. Boys, girls up your butt. Who knows? Like, how dare you talk to me?" Meanwhile, Robert's there with like his stupid ass face. I want to be like, can we talk about Bryson's mom? Can someone like help that woman out? Okay. All right, Marcel and Anna. You know what? This live is putting me in a bad mood. I'm so like, ugh, all these people are just, I don't like this season, right? I don't want to just keep being like, I hate them, but oh my God, is that what's going to happen? So yeah, Marcel and Anna. So guess what? Marcel goes home to Turkey. And then, oh my God, D Tamra. Oh my God. Thank you for that beautiful super chat. You are amazing. You are amazing. Also, come do my hair and makeup, please. Okay. Can you come make over me the way you look, please? Just come paint me. Oh my God. I'm just looking at your like highlight in your cheekbone. What is the red lip too? Is it Ruby Woo? Okay. I love you. Thank you. Okay. So, and probably something that's totally not fake, Marcel goes back to Turkey and then comes clean to his parents that he did know about Anna's children, and that even though his sister's a bitch, the mom felt bad for him and was like, okay, you can marry her. So then he calls Anna. Somehow he gets the visa like renewed, even though for other people it seems completely impossible. Sorry, Angela. And like, you know, calls up Anna. Anna's like, yay, come back, yay! Just takes him back, open hands. He's going to be there in 2 days, and they literally get married in like the next 2 hours because the visa's going to run out. Then she takes her poor sons to like some coffee place that serves milkshakes, which is great. Tries to butter them up with carbs and calories, and then is like, guess what? Marcel's coming back and we're going to get married. Okay. None of the kids are happy. Not even that young one that like was into Marcel. She's like, okay, I just want to be bored. The middle one's like, okay, fine, I'll be there. And the old one's like, no, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to go. I don't like him. Got to be privy to who you are as a person. And we also get this line from Anna of like, I expect them to be at my wedding because I do everything for them all the time. And they can do this one thing for me. But it's like, okay, what, you take them to like soccer practice, and that's akin to them being okay with a new member of their family / stepdad. I mean, I don't think those are quite equal. I feel really, really bad for the older son because he seems to be the only one with like rationale, and I just want him to also have a therapist, honey. Like, let's get him in some therapy. I am like the most negative person on this live. All of them are horrible, you know? All of them are nightmares. I hate all of them. Oh. Okay, let's go on to Mike and Natalie. So Mike's back and he's Eeyoring around, right? Because he has to he loves Natalie so much. She wouldn't even say that she's in love with him. He has to go home and tell his uncle, who that is whew, every time I see that uncle, I'm like, don't do the drugs ever, my God. Then he has to go see his lawyer, and she's like, oh, you broke up? Well, are you gonna stop the visa? And he's like, I don't know, I have some things to think about. And she drops this thing where it's if the visa people say that his case, any part of his case is classified, that there is something suspect about that. And I kind of want to know like what the rationale is for not telling him. Like if Natalie like had tried to become a fiance for another American, why wouldn't they tell that information to him? Like A, to protect the American in this situation and also give a reason. Like she's being denied because she attempted this 3 times in the past 5 years. That's why. I don't understand why what the visa people get and not disclosing the classified information. If it's going to be of a protective measure for the American. Like let's just I don't even know have no idea what it is. Like let's just say she was a prostitute in jails. Like, well, she has prior convictions. That's why. And Michael would be like, what? And then he would get to do whatever research. And like what kind of things can you find on a background report for like an international person? Do they do background reports? Like these people have immigration lawyers. Is there like some sort of protocol of like when you are applying for the visa to get like background reports on people? Wouldn't you be privy to information? I mean, I don't know. These are all great questions for someone else to answer, honey. It's not me. But we're kind of left with this like, what is Michael gonna do? Is he gonna stop the visa so that he's not on the hook for her? He's been waiting for like things to settle down and talk to Natalie again. He's obviously completely in love with her. And Natalie obviously is batshit. So, okay. Is this the last couple? Yes. Oh my God. We're flying through this. Angela and Michael. Okay. So Angela has procured all the appliances for Michael's like family members, like an electric tea kettle, honey, a microwave for this dinner, this hosted meal where she ends up having to come to the place, buy them all presents, and then guess what? Also cook. Because quote unquote, she's the youngest member of the family, but also one of the oldest. Okay, so she has to like make Nigerian food. She's not even a cook of American food, hates Nigerian food, doesn't know what she's doing, but she is put on, I mean, a pretty good, I mean, she's being as respectful for Angela as possible. Like, think about this, we've seen Angela on these reunion shows. She does not give an F about anyone. So to watch her on her best behavior for Michael's family is like, she's practically a saint in this situation. So Angela has been waiting for and knows it's going to happen, that they're going to question her about why she won't just get married to Michael in Nigeria and then not have to worry about this whole like fiance visa situation, which of course she doesn't want to do because like she wants to get married in America, and she like, again, is trying to be on her best behavior and respectful of him, but also like knows that she's going to be cornered by people and then like asked her feelings on stuff. That does happen, and she's like trying to take it as best as she can. But then one of Michael's like dudes, brothers or brother-in-law or uncles, I'm not quite sure, is like straight up like, yeah, I guess that, if it doesn't work out, you'll have to move on. Let him move on. And he like sort of smiles right afterwards, and I'm like, I wonder if he knows. Like, you have to feel like even if Angela is being like a saint in this situation, she has such an intense energy that like the minute he said that, regardless of culture, he must feel like Angela's like seething. Michael, his reaction immediately is like, fuck you, ask that why. Like his eyes just like slant. And immediately uncle / brother / whatever, like again, smiles, like. And Angela's like, oh, is that what you want? If that's what you want, then what the hell are we doing? Because Angela like very much, like thinks of her love affair with Michael being like teenage sweethearts. Like Romeo and Juliet till death do us part, like old school. There's nothing convenient about what's happening. They are in love in a way that she has never felt with anyone else. And she expects Michael to be as in love with her as like he would be like a matinee idol and he's like 14, you know? He must be sitting there like, I bought them a microwave and an electric kettle. And I had to make that gross stew. And I also love the fact that, like, yeah, the when she's making it, and they're like, "Oh, just so you know, the youngest wife has to like pretty much wait on everyone." She's like, "That's why I'll never come back to Nigeria. I never. I mean, once I get married, you'll never see me again. I'm not coming back." So you will be cooking for your family. If you're the youngest one before me, it's still gonna be you. Hmm. Okay, I went through all of the couples. I went through all the couples, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm going to open it up and start listening to what you guys are saying. Angela with dagger eyes. I thought he said it was his brother, and he was laughing when he said, let him go. Yeah, like you might have said brother, and they don't look alike. That's why I'm just so like, are they brothers? He's the brother slash uncle who said it was like very attractive. And I mean, not that Michael isn't, but like they don't have similar features at all. I am sure Michael will have a wife in Nigeria. What, do you mean that he has one already and he's just going to send money to her and the family that she's going to be having for him? Oh boy, I got here late, Diane. Yeah, you did. You did, honey boo. But I'm still talking and looking at you guys. So, oh, I didn't realize there were 150 people here. Hi, babes. If you haven't yet, like this video, you know how it is. Turn on the light when you enter the room. Angela's chest looks like it's scarred. It was weird. Oh, yeah, this is the craziest part. So, yeah, Angela, when she went and got her Botox, which to make herself look younger, okay, she got some sort of fractal laser treatment on her chest, which is a great idea because her chest was, I think had some sun damage and stuff like that, and really to like an extreme degree. But when you have that kind of stuff, like when you get those light lasers done, there's going to be like weeks of not like 2 weeks of like flaking and stuff like that. I know for a fact she should keep it covered. It cannot see the light of day. I'm not saying because it looks ugly. I mean literally like to protect it, like that new skin of forming, like from sun and like sweat or whatever. Like but she hasn't been, right? Because all she loves is like titty shirts with like various words and accoutrements. So like that's why we keep seeing these like crazy scars on her chest. I also love like the outfit she wears for Michael's family. Like I know is the most demure one she owns, and you still see her chest. Yeah, she is just not a fan of like fabric up here. Maybe it annoys her. First time watching you live. Love it. Yay! Thank you. I'm 67 years old and she looks older than me. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. So, okay. So let's talk about, I forgot. I wanted to talk about some of the cast controversies. I know that there are wedding photos of Angela and Michael. So that is something, there's like, I actually don't want to read exactly it, but this is a huge spoiler. So if you want me to say it, I will. This is the spoilers. Okay. There have been numerous reports online, this is from Starcasm, that Angela is currently back in Nigeria. In addition, there was a photo of a wedding invitation for the couple circulating with the date January 27th. There was a lot of debate amongst fans as to the validity of the wedding invitation, but it appears that the date was correct. How do we know that? Because we have Angela and Michael's wedding photos. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so that is what happened. Can you believe the story of the ages? Romeo and Juliet are together. One other thing that is absolutely bananas, not a cast member of this current cast, is Nicole's dad, like Nicole and Azon. Nicole's dad, you might remember Tyler. He was arrested for fentanyl and crack pipe possession. Those are those are bad ones. Those are bad news. Here's some other story headlines. Ashley of Ashley and Jay shared an accidental crying selfie. I'm so fucking sure it was accidental. Larissa feuds with Colt's mom, Debbie, over wedding dress sale. Eventually makes peace offering. Bryson's granny, the one that like tried to write Annie a check to go back to the DR, was on a show called Brides of Beverly Hills as Diamond Fox, which is the name of her porn. That's her porn name. Also, I went on her Instagram just to like see what was happening, and she's been doing this thing. She's been singing this porn song for a minute. There's a picture from her from the ABNs in 2010. She looks like a different person. And they've had some issues. It says Bryson's grandpa, Ben, arrested for battery against grandma Stephanie in 2016. Wow. To think that these people would have outside problems with the law. 90-Day Fiance Jay signs divorce papers, big deal with Ashley. But his barber Michael's arrested. The hot barber. I like his barber. 90-Day Fiance Michaels bought new home in July. The house he bought was over $1 million. I wonder if Michael's like the richest person that's been on this show. Probably, right? Because everyone else I feel like is doing it for money or fame or notoriety. I wonder if Michael did it. It just makes him look so bad. Did Juliana like want to do it? Did she like talk him into it? Anyway, okay, babies. I'm gonna go eat something and then I'm gonna go on a little jaunt to the east side to see a friend show. But make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter. There might be some fun things coming up that I want you to be privy to. I am at Chris L. Farah. The L is for the law. Honey, and I want to be on the right side of it. Thank you so much to everyone that's here. My lovely women that super chatted me, and my amazing moderators. Lisa's here, Karen's here. If I missed someone that either super chatted me or a moderator that I just didn't see that popped in, I'm so sorry. As always, I keep the conversation rolling in my Vanity Farah Facebook group. Some other things I've been watching, which is Cheer, the docuseries on Netflix, and The Circle on Netflix. I got really into those shows, and I really want to watch that Aaron Hernandez docuseries next. It's supposed to be very intense. I love you guys so much. And care for yourselves. You have to. This is, we're in a new decade. You have to care for yourself with clear eyes. And others, because caring for others is caring for yourself by making your environment and making your loved ones feel wanted and secure only helps you as well, if you're going to come at it selfishly. So care for yourselves and others. Stand up for what you believe. And I think that's a part of like knowing yourself and being secure and confident in who you are. Something feels weird or someone is disrespecting or devaluing something that you feel differently about, stand up for it. And then finally make art. And again, that is like it's so many ways to make art. I don't mean like paint like I did this beautiful piece. I mean, express yourself, your point of view in ways that shares like a human experience for all. Art is, I feel like, right now, I feel like the, like shared human experience. And don't take this away from me. Don't take my idea. But if I was ever to have my own network, I think I'd call it She. It would stand for shared human experience. And then people would be like, can you not make like a gender based network? And I'd be like, it's actually just an acronym for what I believe, which is the universal shared experience that us humans all have. Just as easy to say she. Anyway, Jonathan, hi, good morning from the UK. I'm leaving right now. Is Chris feeling a bit down today? Can we help in some way? I think I was feeling a little bit down, but I just booked myself like my first staycation, adult style wise, where I'm going to go somewhere by myself and just like unplug. And I feel good about that. I think that I'm in a blah mood because as I'm talking about all these couples, I'm like really negative about all of them. And it made me feel like I have nothing positive to say. And so I think I was just kind of like a little complainy. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't want to be, but that's why. All right, baby boos. I love you all so much. Okay, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe. Make art. I love you. I appreciate you. Join Vanity Fair. Talk to me. Like this video. Comment, and I'll get back to you. Bye. How do I? Oh, you know what? There. I had to move the whole screen to find the end stream. I was like, oh, I don't even know where it is. Okay, bye, boys.